Hey guys, welcome to Wave. We talk about a lot of things crypto. If that interests you, then do subscribe to the channel. We've been speaking about a number of projects, a number of crypto tokens, a number of NFT projects that have been doing phenomenally well. You can check them out in our previous videos. Right now, the market looks pretty bad. Right, the market has crashed from its all-time highs in November and December last year to very low levels today. The Fed is increased the interest rate a couple of months back. They are looking to increase it by another 0.5% very soon. Right? This is to reduce inflation, control the inflation across the world, where I think it's been the highest in many years for almost all countries. If the Fed is going to do this, then the liquidity in the markets will further continue to reduce. This will impact both stocks and crypto prices. Bitcoin is already down, almost down about 57% since its all-time high 7 months ago. Uh, if you just look at the charts last 24 hours itself, Bitcoin has again come down below the $30,000, and I think this will go down even further. There is a high chance that Bitcoin can, in my opinion, can go down even to the sub 20,000 levels in the coming months. Why am I saying that? It's from history. This has happened before. History repeats itself. That's what I always believe. If you look at the previous charts, right, just look at the 2017 crash. 2018 peak. Bitcoin peaked in December 2017. Then by I think about 2018 December is when Bitcoin crashed to its lowest. It crashed by close to 85% from its all-time high in that cycle. And we saw that back in 2013, 2014, 2015 as well. And I feel that the cycle will continue to repeat. And because Bitcoin sort of carries the entire market, it is pretty much valid across the entire market, in my opinion. What does that mean for you? It means that the market today is still in a lot of fear. There is extreme fear in the market. It's about 15. Every time there is extreme fear, it's a great buying opportunity. Right? That's what Warren Buffett said. He said, be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. So today, the market is fearful, a buying opportunity. When the market goes back up, maybe close to 24, that time this number I think will shift back closer to 100. The market will be in extreme greed at that point of time. If you take a look at just the top 100 cryptos from Bitcoin downwards, you'll see that almost all of them just year to date are 40% down, 50% down, some 70% down, some even 80% down, right? Or some even more than that. Many of these are legitimate projects with real world use cases, with a number of users, sometimes in the millions, using it on a daily, weekly, or a monthly basis. Right? What do you do as an investor? The easiest thing would be to go and see who's using what project. Right? Just go to DApp Radar. You'll see all projects that they are tracking. You'll see the kind of users for each of these. If you just sort by number of users, you'll see that PancakeSwap has about 236,000 users, Alien Worlds 189,000 users, and this is in the last 24 hours. You can even look at it a 7-day and a 30-day period. Just look at the top 10, 20, 30 tokens or DApps and see if they have a token, and see what is the kind of usage for each of these tokens. Right, you'll see that even today a number of these tokens are being used. Okay? And once you do that, once you have, this is just to reinforce confidence that price of a token is not really the only indicator. Adoption is the main indicator. Right? As long as people are using it, price in a short term should not really matter. So you as an investor should be thinking of making your ideal portfolio. And what should your ideal portfolio look like? Right? Your ideal portfolio should have in my opinion, a breakup something like this, right? 30% into Bitcoin, 30% into L1, L2 tokens. This will give you stability for your portfolio, right? This will ensure that no matter what happens, you're not at extreme risk, right? That is the first step. Then 20% into high growth tokens. There are several tokens which are still between the, let's say, 500 to 1 billion kind of a market cap, which have enormous potential to grow, which could be at least another 10x from where they are. Those are the kind of tokens you should probably populate here. And micro tokens, risky ones, these are the ones that can give you 1000x, 100x, 50x, whatever the big numbers, in the next bull run. Those are tokens you should probably accumulate here. Right? And how do you evaluate these tokens? Very simple. Right? take take a token, check for 6 things: tokenomics, team, utility, roadmap, activity, and stakeholders. And where can you see them? You can see them you can find all this information in, let's say, Messari, in the white papers of these tokens. Just look at YouTube channel, their YouTube channel, their Discord, their Twitter handles, CoinGecko, all these websites. I'll list down all of them in the description below. Just go through them. It's a very simple evaluation. See if they are if they at least get 5 out of 6 of these, correct, that they have some real utility, and get together at least 30 to 40 tokens that you think are good, that are of sound value, and try and make small investments into them, right, between now and, let's say, the next 5 months. Personally, I believe Bitcoin will bottom out somewhere between the next 3 to 5 months. Going by prior trends, that's my prediction. That it might bottom out between, let's say, 3 to 5 months, and I think it'll go sub 20,000. That's what I think. Can't say for sure, but that's just my opinion. And personally, I would use that as the right buying opportunity to evaluate, to sort of buy the dip. And before that happens, it is ideal time to evaluate tokens on these 6 parameters. Why am I saying 30, 40 tokens? Because it is a game where it is like a venture capital game, right? These tokens might succeed or might not succeed before the next bull run. They are supposed to survive at least for another year or two. And if for that to happen, the probability that some of these tokens might hit a home run, might become that unicorn or a 100x token, is very low. It's like 1 to 2%. Right? There's a good chance that maybe even 20% of your 40 tokens might fail and become zero, right? Like what happened to Luna. So that is also possible. And for you to balance all this out, for you to ensure that the weighted average returns for your portfolio is still good, get the highest possible returns for the lowest possible risk, you have to diversify well enough, right? Diversify across sectors, diversify across tokens of various sizes. That means they're in various stages of their journey, and all of them should at least get 5 out of 6 of these parameters, for you to consider them as an investment. And how do you really invest into them? I think a great way to do it is not invest everything in one shot, right? If you think that you want to invest X amount of money in the next, let's say, 1 year, in the next maybe 3 to 5 months, when the market is bottoming out, pick your 30, 40 tokens, right? Put like maybe 30 to 40% of what you're planning to invest in the next 1 year into these tokens. Wait for some time, evaluate them every 3 or 4 months, and look for the winners, look for the losers. Let's say a token actually faced some problem, like what we saw in Luna. Cut your losses, exit them, find an alternative. Let's say some tokens are showing you early signs of growth, right? Probably towards the early 2023 when you will see this happening. Right? Look at it in terms of adoption, than price. If you think that tokens are showing great adoption, great market share, and it is going to have a bright future, and they are just showing those green shoots, they are about to take off, that is when you need to deploy the rest of your 60% of your funds into the winners, right? So now you already cut your losses on the losers. From the 30, 40 tokens that you had, you probably replace them with a few other alternatives, and whoever whatever tokens you think are the winners in your portfolio, double down on them. When you double down on them at this point here, that is when you will be ready for the next bull run, and that is when your portfolio will probably have this kind of a growth, right? That will probably have that 10x, 20x, or even a 50x kind of a growth, if you follow these steps, right? Totally depends on how you have structured your portfolio, but this is one way to ensure that you optimize for the highest possible returns. And just want to end by showing you this again and reiterate the fact that almost all tokens are down. Many of them have legitimate use cases. This browser that I am using is called Brave. It is from the BAT ecosystem. BAT itself is an amazing token. There are 55 million people who are active users, who are monthly active users of this browser. I've been using it for the last 2 to 3 years. So there are legitimate projects like that. And if you see legitimate projects being down like 30, 40, 70%, in some cases 80% in some cases, from their all-time high, consider that a sale, right? Be fearful when others are greedy.